How did you get into this?
Oh my gosh, such a long story.
What's up? Welcome back. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. Today's video is actually sister content to the Coast Kitchen that just went live on the Coast channel. It's all about how to build a grocery list and get your groceries, which foods are worth getting organic, which ones aren't. And then at the end of today's vlog, I have a really cool interview with Kim Banks. So it's officially grocery day. I'm gonna go pick up my groceries. I've been ordering them in advance. I'm really struggling to find a balance with the whole plastic thing because I also am waiting until the springtime to basically buy in a share from a farm so I can pick up all my produce and such from there every single week, starting in the spring and summer. But until then, I'm kind of stuck with just getting at what's at my closest grocery store, which they use a lot of plastic. I'm here to pick up my groceries. It's for Kalyn. Bye.
Fellow Jeep owner. And it's funny, I thought the wave was a joke until someone started to do it.
Yep.
The Jeep wave? Like, really? It is a thing?
It's totally a thing.
That's right.
Thank you. You too.
I'm outside, gonna stay here. I'm outside until you tell me to stop. I'm being so dramatic. I'm always being so dramatic. This town is quiet when it's late, yeah. This town is quiet. Sadness, I can see the moon. I know that I'll be fine here. Things get complicated, but I know we'll be alright, yeah. You will tell me I'm wrong, but I know we are strong. As soon as I can see the moon, I know that I'll be fine here. This town is quiet when it's cold, yeah. This town is quiet
Coming
when
outside
it's
in the mornings with Bentley. Usually I'm wearing a sweater, but it's just like a nice, wake up to the skin with some fresh, cool air. It's been really warm this week, so that's nice. And the sun is coming up, which is also super nice.
always being so dramatic. This town is quiet when it's cold, yeah. This town is quiet. Soon as I can see the moon, I know that I'll be fine here. Things get complicated, but I know we'll be alright, yeah. You will tell me I'm wrong, but I know we are strong. As soon as I can see the moon, I know that I'll be fine
For all of my plant-based lovers, started buying this a couple months ago. It's Light Life Smoky Tempeh strips, and they are supposed to be like bacon. I'll open them and show you guys because they actually do like peel off like bacon. But like not so much like bacon because, to be honest, I feel like bacon kind of grosses me out a bit. Like it's not close enough to bacon that it grosses me out, but it's close enough that I'm like, this is pretty cool. So they're super good for salads. They're super good for making like toasted bacon sandwiches if you're eating more plant-based or sticking away from bacon and meat. They're really good on like avocado sandwiches and things like that, and bowls. There's so much, basically anything that you would originally or think to put bacon on, you can put it on burgers. Anyway, I'm gonna make an avocado toast with hemp seeds and some fake bacon for my lunch today. So I dedicate an hour to making a good nourishing meal, just like mindfully eating it, not like over the top mindful, but just especially to take a break throughout my work day, like put my stuff away, eat my meal, go on with my day. This is my vintage toaster. It's not actually vintage, it just looks vintage. So I did not pick a color scheme and it's kind of bothering me a little bit, but now I'm thinking my color scheme could be just like my nails.
Better get about my way. This is start of a new day. Feel fresher than toothpaste. Singing out, this be the new thing. new swing set. I'ma go for the loop, man. I'm a fruit gone loopy. That's the Sammy the toucan. Screaming out, who cares? My soul bare, I'm done with the cold stare. My heart hang off the tip of my shoestring. Stay untied, that's usual. I'm not put together. Do better than you do. That's magic, I'm voodoo. You a doll playing dress up, but your get up is poo poo. Okay, I'll fess up, I'm messed up, but that's true for you too. We stare at our messages, hoping for contact. Like somebody, please take us out of this nonsense. The world end after every broadcast, and to save it seemed a tall task. With no cape and no cash and a broke out, with no breaks and no stakes involved in the state of the world state. It's all lost, so we counting our birthdays.
My routine lately has changed quite a bit. I used to be a hardcore cardio gal. It's not that I'm not anymore. It's just that ever since I trained for my half marathon in the summer, this exact knee makes really funny creaky noises. I think I may have done some damage on the cartilage in there. I decided when I moved into this place to purchase a exercise bike. I keep it in my yoga room tucked in the closet and I pull it out to do workouts. Now, I have been going ham on work lately. I have been filming more than I've ever filmed before, because I'm doing about 2 hours of yoga a day just with classes alone, and then about 15 to 30 minutes at the end of the day of my own yoga flow. I'm not filming a yoga flow, or I'm not filming a yoga class, then I'll do either weights or a cardio workout in my yoga room. I feel like it makes more sense to show you. This is my bike, so I'll just pull this out and do some cardio on certain days. You can like attach your iPad to it, and I just look up biking routes or classes or spin classes that I do. And then over here, these are like my weights. You can actually turn these weights into a barbell. And then in here, I just have like my ankle weights and my skipping rope band things that you can put around to like create tension. Are those called tension bands? Why do I want to call them tension bands? I do not have the energy to be doing a full cardio workout or even weights at this point. So today, 25, 30 minutes right now, and I'm just gonna do some aerial yoga. My boyfriend was kind enough to hang up my aerial silks. We tried hanging them up in the yoga room, but his ladder wasn't tall enough, which I can't even believe I haven't shown you guys yet. I just haven't vlogged enough lately. Do you see those lovely things? You just unhook these. So that's gonna be my workout for the day. Originally, when I planned out today's video, I was like, I'm gonna go ham and do like a killer workout. But then I realized it's probably better to show you days where you're just like, nope, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stretch or do yoga or something else. Like, that's normal.
Baby, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. I ain't never feel full, not at all, not at all, not at all, not at all.
Ooh, where's that wonderful rose? I can't get enough.
Baby, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. I ain't never feel full, not at all, not at all, not at all, not at all. Baby, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more. I ain't never feel full, not at all, not at all, not at all, not at all.
Where's that wonderful rose?
Someone say my bad behavior, out to extinct, thoughts and got dangerous. I can't change, I'm locked in my anger. I'm so crazy, got all of this anguish. I can't let go, my grip is outlandish. Can't hold on and still keep on standing. All of this rush got me close to the madness.
Now, before I jump into this section of the vlog, I do want to say that I'm going to be speaking about some tough topics. So just a little trigger warning that there are going to be discussions on things like eating disorders, weight gain, weight loss, things like that. Before we jump into our interview though, I did want to give just a little update because I showed you what I've been eating and how I've been moving. But an overall health journey update, especially from last year till now. I started gaining weight back in 2019. It's now 2021. It's now 2021. It's now 2021. And my weight has officially stabilized, which is a really awesome update. To be honest, I felt two types of way about. I wanted to embrace it and show that it was okay, and posting online really helped me embrace that, and seeing other women post online about their weight gain really helped me embrace that. But there was obviously some shadows with that too, and there were days where I struggled with it and felt terrible when I would go to put on old clothes and they wouldn't fit. Long story short, I can actually weigh myself now without feeling any kind of reaction to the weight, and instead I just feel this all-encompassing like acceptance of whatever number I see on the scale, because I feel more in alignment with the ways that I'm eating, the ways that I'm moving, and the ways that I'm just, I guess, like taking care of my body, but also just feeling an immense amount of gratitude for my body. I feel I've been humbled a lot this last year about the importance of just being very grateful for everything our bodies do that keep us healthy, that keep us strong, that allow us to experience this life. And so really decoding diet culture out of my head took some time, especially because it was so deeply ingrained. I think a lot of us get affected by it in different ways. There is this subliminal pressure to look your best all the time and not so much to feel your best all the time. And so that difference has been the biggest update for me, is that my sleeping, my insomnia has gone away. Outside of the odd night where I'm super stressed out about like maybe like a work deadline or something, but outside of that, my insomnia has gone away. My anxiety has reduced substantially. I haven't had panic attacks in a very long time. My relationship with food has changed drastically. I no longer feel food guilt after eating, especially after eating to the point that I'm full. I mean, I definitely still have my own insecurities, but I feel sexier in my skin. I feel better in my body. Technically, I mean, my body, it's not the fittest it's been by any means, but I feel the healthiest I've been in terms of my physical health in contrast and in relation to my mental health. And so it has been a long process to get here, and I am still learning every day. To publicly state that I was going on that journey kept me from being able to backtrack on that journey. Not that I would anyway, because it actually makes me really sad to think about the ways that I used to be haunted by my body or haunted by food. Anyway, I want to get into our conversation with Kim because the interview was so good, and so I won't ramble your ear off too much, but I just wanted to give a bit more of a mental update to go with this physical workout, what I'm eating update, because there's so much here that I want to say. There's so much more I can unpack. I'm planning on doing a full dedicated Fitness Friday video to being in isolation and how to basically keep not only your mental sanity, but also your physical health during this time in history. So that is gonna come, and when that comes, I will dive much more into the journey it's taken to get to where I am now that I've been in isolation for like a year and can, you know, tie that story together now. So that'll be coming soon, but without further ado, here is my interview with Kim Banks. I'm super excited to like collaborate and get you on board for this. For those that don't know, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and just kind of giving a little bit of your story and where you're coming from and your background.
Yeah. So my name is Kim Banks. I'm a nutrition and lifestyle specialist. I'm a coach. So I basically coach people how to eat and live happily anywhere at any given time, no matter their circumstances, in order to achieve whatever they like. So be that muscle gain, fat loss, food freedom, all the things. Yeah. So
amazing. How did you get into this?
Oh my gosh, such a long story. I have always been passionate about fitness and interested in it, even since I was a kid. So I played basketball and ran track in high school. I gained weight in college. I was always used to having such a small frame. And during that time, there was not a lot of solid information just out on the internet about how to be healthy and how to take care of your body. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I Google searched everything I thought I should be doing. That ended up creating a pathway for me that perpetually had me overtraining and under eating. I ended up just through a series of events, it became very unhealthy, coupled with like a need to prove myself as a new adult and like just, you know, start a new career. And I was newly married and like all of these things. Just full disclosure, I am going to be talking about disordered eating today. If anybody that's listening or watching is sensitive to this, like heads up, I just was not remotely the same person that I used to be. I was thinking about having kids and like what that process might look like. And that was when I essentially had my rude awakening. You see this happen when people overtrain, when they're stressed, when they're underfed. Brain doesn't stimulate the proper hormones to have you ovulate. The doctor's like, hey, you know, if you want to have kids, you're gonna have to be healthy enough to have them. I was like, okay, like I can do that, you know. And after deciding to do so, it was unreal. It was like my body just giving a little bit more. Our bodies are so brilliant. Essentially, I started gaining weight and it was healthy for a little while. I was like, okay, I'm okay with it. There was obviously some body dysmorphia going on, and like the way that I was viewing myself, I had so much perpetual shame. I mean, Kalyn, I remember one night, like, I polished off a box of Kashi cereal. It's super fibrous, so like you're really full.
Yeah.
I'm laying there over a yoga ball, like bent over, just crying.
Like in pain?
Yeah, due to the shame as well. Like just guilt for actually feeding myself. What actually brought me through this was shifting everything from an aesthetic only standpoint, and like it doesn't matter what has to happen in order for me to get there, into a performance standpoint. And I found out very quickly, okay, like I can't overeat huge amounts and go do a workout. I'm gonna get sick. I can't undereat and expect to perform. I'm gonna feel super depleted and, you know, just feel really bad, and it's not going to go well. So from there, lots of things happened. I ended up, I was married for those 5 years. I ended up leaving the marriage. So there was a lot of emotional turmoil that all of this was essentially fueled by. A lot of that lack of self-worth, that lack of enoughness was kind of always just playing in the back of my head. That is when I decided to actually go back to school for nutrition. So long story short, I am now living in Cleveland, Ohio, and I run my business full time. So this is pretty much all I do. I got my CrossFit Level 1 back in 2016, and I just started coaching again. I coached for about 2 years, took a little break, started the business. So now I'm back at it, and I'm at a brand new gym here in town.
An amazing story.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like I relate, and I bet you so many people will relate to so many of the things you said. Like, how can someone find, let's say, their healthy weight range? Because I feel like weight is such a sensitive topic now, and like be comfortable with knowing that it's gonna fluctuate.
That's a great question. I am just so everyone knows, a Precision Nutrition Level 1 certified coach. If you guys want to look that up, feel free. Something that I have learned and that I suggest for people to check out if you need a metric is get your body fat percentage checked. We as females carry more body fat, so that's why we can't compare ourselves to the guys, obviously. Now, as far as body weight, we can kind of, to a degree, throw body weight out the window. Have my legs grown, have my hips grown from starting to lift weights. And we can really get a solid picture of what's happening on the inside. I also have them check in, like, how are your clothes fitting? That's a huge one.
Okay.
So there, and we could go on and on about, you know, non-scale related wins, because to be honest with you, I'm having more conversations about those things than, hey, what's your body weight this week?
Right.
You know, build that muscle up, and then that's when you get that toned look, you know, that a lot of people go for.
Right. Yeah, I feel like the scale can be so, what's the word? Like misleading in a sense, because I mean, one weight can look totally different based on your body fat percentage or your muscles and like how lean you are or how muscular you are. Like you can look completely different but weigh the exact same. So
100%.
I like the idea of the whole, like, how are your clothes fitting? I feel like that's so much more intuitive. Like, how is your body feeling rather than what are you seeing on a scale?
Yeah.
Like, what should people be focusing on when they're filling their plate?
Love that question. Oh my gosh. So what I recommend for any human of any kind, 3 to 4 meals a day. Okay. Depending on your energy expenditure, depending on your schedule, so on and so forth. You're going to want to have protein of some kind. So whether you're an omnivore or you're plant-based, okay. Complex carbohydrates, meaning that there is fiber to them. So that could be fruit, that could be potatoes, that could be beans, that could be, you know, grains. And I'm not opposed to like Ezekiel bread or a wrap or pizza or something like that, right? But we have to, I want us to focus more on those complex carbohydrates. And then I'm very much a believer in the 80-20 rule of like 80% of the time, let's be really particular and really precise about what we're doing. 20% of the time, let's be human and enjoy life and enjoy ice cream. You know what I mean?
Love that. Yes.
More variety, the better, because that means that we're going to get more micronutrients, more vitamins and minerals. And then most importantly, make sure it tastes good.
Yes, exactly. Yes. That's the huge part. Especially, I love the 80-20 rule, but even with your 80, like you can still have fun with that 80. You can play around with whole foods for sure. There is a lot of misconception with intuitive eating, and I fell into this myself where it's like, oh, intuitive eating, you just intuitively eat, but nobody actually teaches you how to do that. And it is a tricky thing to teach your body when you have a complicated relationship with food.
What sensations are needed to drop you into your body?
Right. Love that.
Because so much of our relationship with food is here. I'll spin off on that and say there are times when you need to just allow yourself to eat, maybe even eat a little more than you should, to heal that relationship with food.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I had to do for sure.
Same here.
Observe it without judgment, and then like assess a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we take 15 to 20 minutes to eat our food, that's actually how long it takes our fullness hormone to be like, oh, hey, yeah, we got food in here. We're good to go.
Right.
And then we actually have that satiety and like, we're good to go. So create gratitude around it too. So that's where like a prayer or just like being present and like sending thanks, be it, you know, to the farmer that grew that food for you or, you know, a higher power, what have you.
Are there any kind of signs that people can look for, especially hormonally, that things might not be going so great with like what they're eating or what they're nourishing their bodies with?
Typically, I recommend, first off, have a full panel of hormones and micronutrients tested for your blood.
Okay.
That way, like, you'll know definitively. But if you don't have access to that, or, you know, the time, money, whatever, are you hungry and are you tired? And like you shouldn't be, and the answer is yes, we need some adjustments.
Okay. Good to know. I feel like everybody's probably going to be like, I'm always hungry and tired.
Yeah. And honestly, it could just be a lifestyle change. And that's where like the lifestyle end of things for what I do comes into play. Can't be do or die. We have to have a little bit of a sense of humor. We have to be gentle about it. We have to, like, if we didn't get to all the things in one day, just be like, all right, no big deal.
Yeah.
That's my energy level today.
Thank you so much for letting me interview you for today's Fitness Friday. I think you gave a lot of really good insight and stuff that I definitely could not bring to the table. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Kalyn. It was a blast.
Of course.
So huge thank you to Kim for jumping in on this vlog. If you are interested in the extended version of that interview, it's actually member content over on the All Things Co's account, which you are totally welcome to access, and I'll leave how to down below. Other than that, I'll also leave all of Kim Banks' information down below if you would like to check her out too. And outside of that, sending you guys so much love, peace, happiness, and health. And I'll talk to all of you guys in the next video. Bye guys.